Back in 2021, we saw one of the most exciting draft classes in recent times. But regardless, one of the standout players of this draft class fell all the way to the 16th overall pick, and he goes by Alperen Sengun. Prior to the 2021 NBA draft, Sengun was considered a naturally strong player with a nice point forward skill set, and he was seen as one of the best examples of a modern NBA big man of the draft, with consistent comparison to the Joker. However, still, 15 players were considered more valuable prospects than him at the time. But fast forward to today, there's no doubt that many teams regret overlooking Sengun, although the 2021 NBA draft was rich in talent for big men. But today, Sengun may be considered a better talent than all those prospects. Without further ado, let's take a look at the 15 guys drafted before Alperen Sengun and see where they are now. Welcome to Sportsphere. Let's get into it.
End up happening again, but nah, all praise to, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but number 28, Sengun. He good, man, he good. Yeah.
With the first pick of the 2021 NBA draft, Cade Cunningham had a great start to his NBA career and has matched prior expectations put on him thus far. Although a stress fracture cut his sophomore year short, now in his third season, despite playing for a struggling Pistons team, Cunningham has been basically the only bright spot for the bus training grounds in Detroit. He's averaging almost 23 points, over 7 assists and 4 rebounds per game, and has significantly improved his shooting efficiency this season, although there's still plenty of room for improvement. The challenge for Cunningham now seems to be maintaining composure on the worst team in the NBA. Regardless, Cunningham is quickly on track to becoming an NBA All-Star. Jalen Green became the first player to be drafted from the G League, going second overall to the Rockets. He had a bit of a slow start, but in his sophomore season, Green averaged an impressive 22 points per game, maintaining a similar output this season, scoring 17 points per game. However, his efficiency still remains an issue. Although the Rockets wouldn't be too upset with this pick, but considering some of the players that were overlooked, they may still have some regrets. Evan Mobley, chosen third overall, has been striving in Cleveland so far, and he quickly fell into a great role, seemingly from day one. As the first big man in the 2021 draft, he's evolved into a defensive force with the Cavs. Awarded All-Rookie First Team honors in 2022 and All-Defensive First Team honors last season. He also ranked third in Defensive Player of the Year voting in the 2022-23 season. Mobley has also consistently enhanced his efficiency, rebounding, and block statistics, proving to be crucial for the promising Cleveland team. And despite being currently out of the league due to an injury, we can confidently say Mobley seems like he'll have a long, successful career in the NBA. Making a swift impact in the NBA as a fourth overall pick, Scottie Barnes excelled after a single season at Florida State, which earned him Rookie of the Year honors in the 2021-22 season. While his sophomore season was similar to his rookie year in output, Barnes has now taken a significant leap in his third year. Despite being on a mediocre Raptors team, he's putting up career-high numbers of over 20 points, over 8 rebounds and almost 6 assists per game, with an impressive 38% from 3. Not to mention, his defensive impact is potentially even greater of a strength, as he has great defensive versatility for a bigger guy, also averaging 1.3 steals and 1.5 blocks per game. Scottie Barnes is undoubtedly one of the best players in this draft class. Jalen Suggs, Orlando's 5th overall pick in 2021, was seen as a great prospect coming out of Gonzaga. However, in his initial 2 seasons, he averaged only 10.8 points per game, with a subpar 39% field goal percentage, not meeting prior expectations. That being said, this season has shown a notable improvement, with Suggs averaging over 13 points on nearly 46% shooting from the field and over 39% from 3, and he's been a big reason why the Magic have improved their record dramatically. Chosen as a 6th overall pick by the OKC Thunder, the Australian talent Josh Giddey quickly became a key contributor to the team's rebuild, fitting really nicely in the young team. In his rookie season, he displayed the traits of a versatile modern guard, and in Giddey's impressive second season, he continued to improve, averaging 17 points per game on 48% shooting on a 500 team. Although his numbers have dropped this season so far, likely due to his mind being on other things like legal battles. But anyways, Giddey has still made improvements in areas like his 3-point shooting, and is still contributing nicely to a young team with a winning culture. Just like Jalen Green, Jonathan Kuminga was also selected from the G League. And Kuminga wouldn't take long for him to make an impact for Golden State, and his timing with the Golden State Warriors was perfect. And after showcasing versatility as a big man, he contributed nicely to the team's rotation and winning an NBA championship in 2022. Jonathan Kuminga, at 21, is now recognized for his rangy and versatile defensive skills and good ball handling for a big guy. And with championship experience already, there's considerable potential for growth and impact for Jonathan Kuminga, who's got a very bright future ahead of him in the NBA. Selected as a second player by the Orlando Magic, Franz Wagner emerged as one of the standout offensive players from the 2021 NBA Draft. Standing at 6'10", the German-born forward could use some defensive improvements and rebounding, but he showcased a very nice scoring ability, averaging 19 points per game in his sophomore season and doing so on almost 49% from the field and 36% from three. Despite his three-point percentage dropping this season, he's become one of the most reliable offensive players on the young Magic team and forming a great duo with Paolo Banchero. As De'Aaron Fox elevated his performance over the past 2 years, and Tyrese Halliburton also being on the Kings roster for some time, Davion Mitchell, the 9th overall pick, has had limited opportunities to showcase his skills, spending much of his first 2 seasons on the Kings bench. Mitchell's minutes significantly decreased in his sophomore year, and has had further decrease this year to just 12 minutes per game. Despite showing some good signs early, especially in his first 2 seasons, Mitchell's situation in Sacramento appears challenging and far from ideal, and there's no doubt that he'll be on the trading blocks in the next year or so, which will probably do wonders for his NBA career. Stanford standout Zaire Williams has struggled to put together any spells in the NBA without injury after being drafted by the Grizzlies. And after a solid rookie season, Zaire missed the start of the following season with a knee injury. However, this season so far, he's put together a good stretch and having good offensive impact on limited minutes. And despite the Grizzlies not being contenders this season, if he continues to maintain good health, there's potential of him becoming a good role-playing forward in the NBA, who can do a bit of everything. Selected by the Charlotte Hornets, James Bouknight stands as the first player on this list to not have started in an NBA game. But other than on-court, Bouknight also faced some challenges off the court. Initially receiving minimal minutes, off-court issues including a DUI and a recent meniscus injury have further impacted his career. Regardless, Bouknight is now back on the Hornets lineup playing limited minutes, and there's no doubt he needs drastic change, likely out of the Hornets, to see some improvements. Josh Primo, the 12th overall pick of the 2021 draft, faced off-court issues, which soon led to his release from the San Antonio Spurs after just 1 season. He has since signed a 2-way contract with the LA Clippers, but it remains uncertain if his NBA career will even progress, as he's only played 1 game with the Clippers so far, and playing just 5 minutes in that appearance. Similarly to Primo, Duarte is another player not with the team that drafted him. Although he had an impressive rookie season with the Indiana Pacers, averaging 13 points per game, his performance declined last year, partly due to the Pacers acquiring Tyrese Halliburton. And a toe injury led to him missing the entire end of the season, and he was eventually traded to the Sacramento Kings for just future second-round picks. Currently, Duarte is receiving limited bench minutes on the Kings' stacked roster, but likely still has a few more opportunities in the NBA to prove his worth. Drafted into a great system, Moses Moody has been an impressive bench option for the Golden State Warriors in his first few seasons. While averaging just under 6 points per game may not seem that impressive, but Moody is a good shooter, most notably shining in the playoffs where he averaged an impressive 57% from the three-point line before becoming an NBA champion. Now in his third season, Moody is experiencing career highs in points of almost 9 points in 19 minutes. And there's no doubt he's a reliable player that the Warriors have developed well. Despite not being a flashy player, Moody is another smart draft pick, contributing to the Warriors' success in the 2022 postseason, and he's likely to continue making steady improvements in Golden State, if not another team in the near future. As for the 15th overall pick of the 2021 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards seem to have quietly discovered a gem in this draft. With their selection, Gonzaga forward Corey Kispert having a promising career thus far. Despite his role fluctuating between starter and bench player, Kispert managed to average 11 points per game in his sophomore season, while shooting over 40% from 3. And this season so far, he's averaging almost 12 points per game and doing so on less minutes, while still maintaining good efficiency and shooting. He seems to be the kind of high basketball IQ player that will have a long career in the NBA. And as we know, with the 16th overall pick of the 2021 NBA draft, the Rockets nailed this pick by selecting Alperen Sengun, coming out of the Basketball Super League in Turkey. And so far, Sengun looks like the future of his team's front court. In his third season, he's developed into the perfect example of a modern-day NBA center. He has great strength for a 21-year-old, while also having elite passing and a smooth jump shot. He already seems to be one of the best young big men in the league, with an eerily similar skill set to Nikola Jokic. He has also continued to improve his output year after year with the Rockets, and this season, he's taken an even bigger leap, averaging almost 22 points, 9 rebounds and 5 assists. Although he can still make improvements, especially on the defensive end, it's very possible we will see Sengun contend for an MVP award in the coming years. Anyways, that's it for the video. The 15 players drafted before Alperen Sengun. Do you think Sengun is the best player in this draft class? Please leave your comments below. Thanks for watching Sportsphere, and we'll see you in the next video.